Zimbabwe is holding its first election in the post-Robert Mugabe era. Many see this as a step for the country to move in a new direction after nearly 40 years of dictatorship. Katie Simpson joins me now from London. Good morning, Katie. It seems Mugabe still has something to say about today's vote.
And the big question is whether anyone is still listening. Voters lined up well before sunrise in Harare, waiting for hours for their opportunity to vote in this election that will be different. And some of the voters that have been speaking with reporters as they waited in those lines say they are desperate for change. There are devastating unemployment rates in Zimbabwe. The economy is not in good shape whatsoever. And so there is this desperation for new leadership, at least from some of the voters speaking with reporters, and there is hope that perhaps this vote can lead to some form of change that will give the people, particularly young people in the country, a step forward. But as you mentioned, Robert Mugabe, he is still trying to use whatever influence he may still have, and he actually called a news conference on the eve of the election to try and discredit anyone who was involved in his ouster from office. Have a listen.
I can't vote for them. So what is there? I think it's just Chamisa.
So Chamisa is the opposition leader, Nelson Chamisa, and this race is expected to be close between the incumbent, the man who replaced Mr. Mugabe when there was the bloodless coup back in November. We know that he's perceived to be the front runner, Emerson Mnangagwa. He's perceived to be the front runner. He was part of the leadership that moved in after Mugabe was forced out of office. And in that news conference, we saw Robert Mugabe try to discredit his former party as well as give some sort of endorsement to the opposition leader. So we'll see if that endorsement has any sort of impact on the vote. But again, one thing to keep in mind, a candidate has to get 50% support. That's not expected on this ballot, so there could be a runoff in September.
Katie, thanks for the latest.